The man attended the banquet held for his girlfriend, who had just returned after studying abroad for many years, but was shocked to discover that his girlfriend Annie was already pregnant, and the child's father was a rich heir named Ron. The man questioned Annie in disbelief, asking why she had betrayed him, but everyone mocked him, saying he was just a delivery driver while Annie was a wealthy young lady, and only a rich heir like Ron was worthy of her. What they didn't know was that the man's true identity was far beyond their reach. It turned out that Louis was actually the son of the richest man, but he had always kept his identity hidden. When Louis and Annie first started dating, Annie's parents immediately opposed their relationship because at that time, Louis was a delivery driver. Annie's parents ordered them to break up and even offered Louis $600,000 as a breakup fee, but Louis firmly refused. He believed that love could overcome any obstacle. Annie also truly liked Louis. The two promised to grow together and meet again at the top. So Annie went abroad to study while Louis stayed behind to start his own business. Many years passed. Louis succeeded in his venture and became the CEO of a well-known corporation. Annie also returned after completing her studies. Louis happily rushed to Annie's banquet planning to give all his company shares to Annie as a gesture of sincerity for his proposal. But instead, he saw Annie pregnant with another man's child. Louis looked at Annie with a broken heart, but Annie had long forgotten their original vows. She believed Louis was no longer worthy of her. Annie's mother openly mocked Louis. The rich heir Ron stood proudly beside Annie, his eyes full of disdain for Louis. Meanwhile, the richest man knew nothing about what was happening. He only knew that today was his son's girlfriend's banquet. So he had people prepare lavish gifts, including a $100 million cooperation contract with Annie's family, a luxury villa in a top estate worth tens of millions, dozens of luxury cars, and 10% of the tycoon's corporate shares. The richest man had the gift list delivered, first saying he would arrive shortly. The richest man had no idea that his son was being humiliated. Annie impatiently explained to Louis that Louis didn't come from a strong family background and couldn't provide her with support, while Ron came from a wealthy family and could help elevate Annie's family business. Annie's parents were even harsher. They mocked Louis as a toad, saying he was completely unworthy of their precious princess Annie. At that moment, the richest man's gift list was delivered. As they listened to the announcement of the lavish gifts, everyone was shocked and delighted. Ron assumed the gifts were sent because the tycoon admired him, but Louis looked at Ron with a cold smile. He said the gifts were not sent because of Ron, but because of himself. Everyone laughed at him, saying he was talking nonsense out of jealousy. Louis stopped explaining and was about to leave. Unexpectedly, Annie called out to him. Annie took off the ring Louis had given her and threw it hard onto the ground, declaring that she had nothing to do with Louis from that day on. Little did she know that she would soon regret it deeply. Heartbroken, Louis picked up the ring from the ground. It was his mother's keepsake meant for his future daughter-in-law. Now Annie had personally given up that chance. Louis didn't want to say another